UFC Fight Night, Garcia versus Onama, DraftKings cash game lineup builder. Did the fight breakdowns early in the week. Go check out that video on my channel. Tomorrow, Friday, we're going to do DraftKings GPP tournament, the big money. But this video, cash games, build a lineup, talk some options, hopefully make some cash. Let's share the screen. Let's get right into it. Do me a favor, if you didn't already, smash that like button, and then we can get to work. Main event is Garcia and Onama. This is not a stackable cash game fight. You can play one side if you're really a strong opinion, but we're not going to start here. Why are you not stacking this fight? If you need some reference point here, minus 700 ends inside the distance. About 50-50 under 1.5 rounds. One side's going to score well, one side's going to score shit. We don't need a stack here. Where do you start? Really simple, and I've done this before, and she's burned me, but actually, Montserrat Ruiz hasn't. But the spot is just, on paper, you have to go Montserrat Ruiz at 6,900. Not because I think she's going to beat Alice Ardelin, although I do think the line is a little bit wide, so I don't hate it at all. But Montserrat Ruiz, while she's plus 300, the fight is minus 225 to see all 3 rounds of action, minus 250 on some books. Look, I'd say that price, 3 rounds of action, I'll even if she gets smashed and Ardelin gets takedowns, the price savings you're getting for 6,900, this is the easiest cash spot on the card, in my opinion, is Montserrat Ruiz. And it's not because she's going to win. You have to understand odds and salary. That'll be the first play. Other viable dogs, in my opinion, it is not Cedricus Dumas in cash. Same thing with Yadier Duval. They both have really low floors. Cody Durden is an interesting spot here. Cody Durden, the fight is... He is on short notice. That is the biggest concern with Cody Durden. Plus 250. It's about 50-50, 2.5 rounds. I wish the goes to decision was a little bit better. I think he's live. Gets finished. You know, he has been getting finished. Not my favorite play, but Cody Durden's live. And the decision you're going to have to make is that then you got Ariana Carnelosi. Gets taken down too much for my liking, even if the fight goes to decision. I think she said that spends a lot of time on her back. I picked Kevin Christian to win. Really high volatile fight, not a great floor. Phil Rowe. What is the goes to decision here on Phil Rowe? Fight is minus 125 to go to decision on Phil Rowe, 7,400. I did pick him to win this fight. So right in this range, I think you're fine. Durden, Christian, Rowe. Christian is risky because there's a really low floor there. Frunze, for me, this is a GPP fight. Catlin Vieira, you're starting to get too expensive here where you just want to look at goes to decision, and I like Norma Dumont. The next easiest spot on the card, and I build up to it, obviously, it is Chang Ho Lee. Chang Ho Lee is going to be chalk. Chalk is fine in cash games. I don't mind eating chalk. This is a damn near pick'em, and the line's going to keep moving. I like Chang Ho Lee. You get a discount of 7,700. Sign me up for Chang Ho Lee at 7,700. And that's why I'm not sure if you want, you don't need to go all the way down here. These are the 2 dogs on the card that I think most people are going to play, or at least should play. It seems pretty straightforward. And you get 88.50 for 4 fighters left. If you don't like either of these, Ruiz and Lee, like I said, your backups here in this range, if you want to build around, it would be Phil Rowe, Kevin Christian. Who do I like? So 88.50, then we got to start building towards favorites. And this is weird in that you have to balance upside and a floor here. And that's why, Steve Garcia, I like him in the fight. I do pick him to win. He's got no floor, and this is where you have to balance. So which fights do you feel good about that have that balance? For me, the one that I really want to get in terms of a pay-up option, I'm all about Dante Johnson. I'm not a fan of Cedricus Dumas and Isaac. So this whole range is 92 to 9,000. Dante Johnson, not Nascimento, Dolgarian, Alencar. Like Johnson, Dolgarian, Alencar. Like all of them, that leaves you 8,100. I don't mind Ante Delia because I don't think Waldo Cortez Acosta is finishing anybody. This is a fine option. I'm going to call this option 1 because I think for the most part, Ruiz, Lee are your dogs, and your last four are where you're finding your variation. The ones I would consider for cash games, obviously the 9K range, Johnson, Nascimento, Dolgarian, and then I would come down and tell you then in this mid-range, it's Garimbo, Garcia, Delia. However you say, I can never get that name right. The other ones I don't want to mess with. And Dumont, I think she wins, but I'm worried she's not going to score well enough, even in cash, in a win. Like I don't like that fight for GPP. So it becomes down to you start mixing and matching 6 of Johnson, Dolgarian, Alencar, Garcia, Garimbo, Delia. So if you come down, if you grab the other way, say you want to go Garcia and Garimbo, then you can come up and get Dante Johnson. So you start leaving too much on the table is the problem. Just doing math real quick. Yeah, if you Dolgarian, leave 400. I don't despise this. I wish there was somebody in this right where Dumont is would be nice. But Radke, I'm not touching this in cash. I'm not touching Cohen cash. Same thing with Timmy Kwamba. Obviously, we're on the other side of these fight for cash game eligibility. So it becomes, what can you do in this range? If you wanted to take Delia and then I meant to close these guys out. Could go Alencar, Dolgarian, come down and take Steve Garcia, and then again you're just short. So in this scenario where you wanted to get some of the mid-range fighters, if you were to trade in, that's where you trade in Montserrat Ruiz, even though I think she's the first person in, and you wanted to get a little more upside and get Phil Rowe. And Garimbo, I think that's fine. Is your other option. So really with this, again, I will going to simplify it this week. We'll start over. You're playing two of the 4 dogs in Ruiz, Rowe, Lee, and I'll say Kevin Christian. Cody Durden's fine too. Let me put it in ranking order. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit easier for people to follow. There's a lot of stream of consciousness. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. I would say you're putting in 2 of Ruiz. And then I'm going to rank Chang Ho Lee, Phil Rowe. For cash games, probably Durden and then Christian. 2 of these 5. I'm fine with any of them. This would be my ranking. And then you need to put in 4 of the other 4 spots. My rankings here for the pay-ups, I really like Dante Johnson. I like Isaac Dolgarian. Then I'll go Garimbo. Then I'll go Alencar. Then I'll go Garcia. This is my favorite order. And again, you start to, based on the dogs you pick, yes, Steve Garcia could end up in your lineup because even though he's 5th on the quote-unquote rankings. But it's those 2 lists, 4 from this one, 2 from the last. If I'm building out, I think what I landed on first would be where I'm going to, my preferred as of right now. So to recap, we're going to go Ruiz. We're going to go Chang Ho Lee. Then I'm going to bang. I don't even know if I had Delia on that list. He should have been 6th, by the way, on that last screen, because my favorite option this week is just to plug in the ones I really like at the top. I take a chance on Ante Delia. That's what I'm looking at. If you wanted me to ask me my second option, kind of what I'm thinking, it would probably be then to take out Ruiz and pivot over to Phil Rowe. Take out probably Bulgarian and go, Themba Garcia. This would be option 2 right there. So those are the 2 cash game options. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button. You want to join DFS Army? Make sure you do. You can ask me more questions in the Discord, more fight breakdowns, more optimizer tool. Check out the GPP video tomorrow. Good luck, guys. We'll see you at the top of the leaderboards.